Welcome to another episode of Mead Tasters, where today I'm tasting another mead from Sap House Meadery, and this one's called Higher Grounds, and it's a coffee mead. It's going to go really well with any desserts that you have, especially chocolate, ice cream, pies and cakes and whatnot. So if that's your thing, then stick with me and check out this review of Sap House Meadery's Higher Grounds. Alright, so you could check out saphousemeadery.com and find a multitude of different amazing high quality meads. And one of the reasons why I chose Sap House again for another video review is because they're super high quality meadery with a great reputation for top shelf mead. And that's what I want to do. I want to expose that to people and show people what good mead really tastes like. So I encourage you to go to saphousemeadery.com. You can get Higher Grounds there, have it shipped directly to your home, as well as any other meadery any other mead that they have there. So just peruse the website, see what looks good to you, and place an order. And like I said, it can be shipped right to your home. You can have this amazing high quality mead right at your house. So having said that, let's go ahead and start with this one, and we'll go ahead and we'll take a sniff and get the aroma on this. So right off the bat, I get this really nice balance of honey and coffee. The honey, it looks like and smells like it's a light coffee. It's not too dark and rich and earthy, very light and sweet, not overly sweet in the aroma, but sweet nonetheless, and lots of good coffee notes, light roast coffee notes coming through. It's just a very well balanced blend of honey and coffee, and with those light coffee notes I'm getting some hints of caramel and butter, and even a little bit of cocoa. So just really nice, with very little to no alcohol perceivedness on the aroma. And so that just tells me that the odds are it's probably going to be a very well balanced, smooth tasting mead. So oftentimes the aroma will give you a hint at that what it's going to taste like in terms of the smoothness. If you get a lot of harshness in the aroma, then you're probably going to get that harshness come over into the tasting as well. But so far, this is really well balanced, really smooth smelling, delicious coffee. So looking at it, we see that it's very clear and a beautiful copper color, definitely some coffee color to it, but copper for sure. And it's reflective in the glass. Like I said, very clear. Don't know if it's filtered or not, but looks like it would be. And there's a little bit of bubbles that came off from probably just from the pour, but there's no carbonation, so it's a still mead. And it's labeled as a honey wine at 10.7%. And when we look at the legs are falling long and fast, and which indicates that there is definitely some good body and alcohol there. But being a 10.7% mead, it's not going to have a slow receding legs. So the legs are definitely matching up with the alcohol, and indicates that the body as well is as it looks. It doesn't look overly viscous, so it's probably going to be like a medium light body. All right, and then we'll go ahead and we'll give it a taste. And just like the aroma, there's a really good balance to the honey and coffee. And I notice that it's very uniform across the entire palate. Very well balanced from the beginning to the end, front, middle, and end of the palate. Very uniform. The honey is definitely prominent, as a mead should be, and it's light and it's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. And I can't tell if there's a particular type of varietal to it myself, but I do get, as it's advertised by Sap House, that there are some hints of blueberry and raspberry. I definitely get some of that fruitiness that comes through. And the coffee flavor, again, is like a light roast, caramel, toasty, bready. There's no bitterness to it. It's very refreshing and light, and very well balanced with the honey. And I would say there is a hint also of earthiness, richness to it, but again, there's no bitterness, and it would indicate that it's a light roast. And from what I understand, that light roast often goes very well in a mead, as opposed to a dark roast with it doesn't have some of that bitterness that the dark roast brings with it. Perception of alcohol is minimal. There's a very little bit of warmth in there that tells you there's definitely alcohol, but again, at 10.7%, it's there, but it's not, overpowering by any means. A very smooth mead. The body is just like I had suspected from looking at it, and the aroma. A medium light, very smooth over the palate, very well balanced in terms of sweetness and tannin and acidity. You definitely get some tannins from the coffee. There's just a tiny little bit of acidity to balance out that sweetness as well. It's just a very pleasant tasting mead. And my overall impression is that you're going to enjoy this, like I said, with your dessert. It's a dessert mead. It's sweet. It's not overly sweet. But it's also not undersweet by any means. I would say it's somewhere between a semi-sweet and sweet mead that would go really well with chocolate for sure, especially a dark chocolate, with ice cream, pies and cakes type of thing. So, definitely if you're into dessert meads, this is something you definitely want to have lined up and give it a try. Friends and family are going to love this as well. So go to saphousemeadery.com. You can order it there and have it shipped directly to your home. And I appreciate you hanging out with me and checking out this review. And until next time, cheers.